new report has been issued on which cities in the US are doing best with solar. Many innovations in solar, including nighttime solar panels and solar panels that imitate butterfly wings. And it's Solar Education Week. This is the news in solar for the week of April 18th. I'm Jay Warmke with Blue Rock Station. Now, a report referred to as Shining Cities 2022 has recently been released. And in this report, they've announced which cities are installing the most solar, not only by volume, but also by per capita or per person. Per capita, the top city in the US is Honolulu, Hawaii. Second place, Las Vegas, Nevada. San Diego, California is third. Albuquerque, New Mexico is fourth. And San Jose, California is fifth in per capita installations of solar. Now, in volume, Los Angeles takes the top spot, of course, pretty large city. San Diego is in second place. Las Vegas is in third. Honolulu is in fourth in total volume. And San Antonio, Texas rounds out the top 5 spots. Now, 9 of the top cities in the US each contain more solar than the entire United States did 10 years ago. In fact, the US now has about 121 gigawatts of solar PV, which is enough solar energy to service the power needs of 23 million homes. This is, as mentioned, National Solar Education Week, runs from April 15th through April 22nd, ending on Earth Day. It's aimed at strengthening public awareness about the issues, challenges, and good things that are happening in the world of solar. There are a number of events going on, both in person and virtual. If you want more information on this, just go to solaredweek.org, and you can get tied into programs such as virtual solar yoga, however that works, solar ovens, solar for kids, a number of movies, and then a lot of lectures that are dealing with specific issues around solar. In the state of Maryland, they just announced net zero goals of net zero by 2045. This is part of the Climate Solutions Now Act, which was recently enacted in the state. Their interim goal is that by 2031, they would like to reduce carbon output by 60%. A lot of the focus within this legislation is on net zero schools and also on providing funding for solar for low and moderate income households. In the state of Virginia, recently elected Governor Glenn Youngkin just signed into law a bill that exempts solar arrays up to 25 kilowatts from property tax. So if you were to install a solar array on your home, your property tax would not go up by the corresponding value of that array. Another solar incentive there. Tygo just announced that they've come out with a new smart junction box. Now, what this does is deals with the rapid shutdown provisions that are required now for all solar panels that are installed on a building. And if you're not familiar with what rapid shutdown is, it basically means when you turn off the system or disconnect from the utility, the power shuts down at the panel. This avoids electricity flowing through wires in the home that might be live when the sun is shining, and a fireman comes or a first responder comes to respond to a fire, cuts through a live electrical line, and it is killed. So the power must shut down at the panel. So they attach small electrical devices to each panel that sense when the grid is no longer present and disconnect, shut down. Well, now rather than attaching to each panel, they're putting these in the junction boxes, and you can shut down at the panel through the junction box. A team at the University of Surrey in the United Kingdom recently announced that they've developed a process to increase the efficiency of solar panels by as much as 25%. And what they've done is by studying the wings of butterflies, they found that they will absorb and transmit light differently than flat surfaces because they're covered in a honeycomb pattern or a honeycomb structure. So by imitating the butterfly pattern there, the honeycomb, on the surface of a solar panel, using what's referred to as biomimicry, they've been able to affect the absorption rate of sunlight as it hits the solar panel, increasing efficiency, as I said, up by about 25%. Typically, about 1/3 of the light that strikes a solar panel simply reflects off and is lost, cannot be absorbed. And another new innovation in solar that's getting some publicity are nighttime solar panels. And what this does is harnesses the energy that's present in the temperature differential between the panel and the air as it cools at night. Sort of like geothermal, where you're getting a temperature differential and you can begin to harness that energy and perhaps even expand or accelerate that temperature differential to generate power. These can be added at a relatively low cost to existing solar panels and then harvest temperature differential in addition to photovoltaic energy to increase the efficiency of the panel. The amount at this moment is quite small, but so was the amount of energy generated by solar when it was first developed. And that's the news from solar this week. We'll see you next week.